nothing but bears and moose and everything like that. And we're going up, and all of a sudden I see this great big black thing hits the windshield out of my peripheral vision. It went boom and bounced off and hit the camper. And I said, what in the world is that? Holy cow. She says, we better pull over to see if it did any damage here. What happened? Now, how can this happen? This is not coincidence, all right? So a camper was going the other direction, blew a tire precisely at the right moment to hit my truck. His tire flew off and hit my truck. That doesn't just happen. It's not a coincidence. So we pull over. I pull over and I want to go back and I want to check. My one set of wheels was about 2 inches away from the other set, and the other set was about a foot away. I said, oh no. I looked underneath there. I thought it was broken. No, I broke a spring. Okay, so I have a spring that's broken now. And we are in the middle of absolutely nowhere. I see a glacier, a beautiful glacier. It was a good place to stop. So we put up our Starlink, thinking, because we've had great service the whole time. Starlink, we were able to use our phones and our internet. For some reason, it just would not work where we were. So I said, Sue, there's nobody around. We've got to get going. We got to get down the road. We got to do something. We can't just sit here because we don't have any reception. So we said, okay, well, we're going to cripple it down to as far as we can go and see if there's something down there. You know what God did? She said, well, what are we going to do? And I said, we're going to trust God on this one. So whatever he does, he does. There's nothing I can do, right? He got my hands tied. I'm backed up against the Red Sea. So we cripple it down about 5 miles. And a beautiful mountain with the glacier view. It's called Glacier View Campground. That was right there, right off the road. 10 spots, and there was one for us. It had a landline phone that we can make a phone call on. So we pull in, we ask them if we can use the phone. Yeah. So we called a bunch of places. Nobody has the part. Nobody has the spring. And one guy says, yeah, I'll come out. It'll cost you $500 just for me to come out. And then you have to find the springs. I'll fix it for you. I said, well, I'll call you back. He said, well, what I could do is I can bring a couple of 2x4s and we can jimmy it and some load straps, and I'll separate your wheels and we'll tie them up. And I said, I'll call you back. So we went to the campground. I said, hey, look, we're going to have to stay the night. Can we do that? And he says, yeah. I said, we're going to have to stay 2 nights. He said, can we do that? I said, yeah, we'll put you up for 2 nights. So we go and we have dinner because they have a restaurant there and everything out of nowhere. I mean, this little place is nowhere. And so we put Starlink up. We were able to get internet. Sue got online and she found us some springs. I had to drive 2.5 hours back to Anchorage to get them. So I got there. This is how God works, okay? So I've got a broken spring. Go to Anchorage. They actually have what I need. It's called 6 Robleys. 6 Robleys, okay? I don't know where they got the name. So I go in and tell them what I need. They said, okay. So I said, I need 2 of them because I'm going to replace this one. I'm going to replace the other one on the same axle because if you don't, this will weaken this one and it'll break anyway. So I said, I want 2 of them. They brought them out and I paid for them. And then I was turned around to leave and I said, wait a second. I said, how much are they? I said, do you have another couple? They said, yeah. I said, how much? I said, $98 a piece. I said, give me 2 more, just in case, because when I get home, I'll put them on. Well, I ended up breaking 3 more springs. And I fixed them on the road. Praise God, he's trustworthy. He said, Joe, you numb brain, just buy all 4 of them. So I bought all 4 of them and I had them and we were able to fix it. Now, we broke down several other times after that because of those springs, and I had to put the springs up, but we at least had them and I was able to do it. But that's crazy, right? Time and time again, God shows his trustworthiness. If only we'll just give it to him and say, God, I am not confident in my ability to do anything, but I am confident that you are trustworthy and you will guide me as long as I'm obedient.
as long as I trust you and I'm obedient to what you want me to do.